Good people, this is Rocky with Rocky's Reality, the #1 podcast for unfiltered and unapologetic culture, entertainment, and relationships. Tap in live Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I chat with some of the dopest artists, celebrities, influencers, entrepreneurs, and more. Make sure to catch us live Thursdays, 7 to 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook, YouTube, and Roku. See you soon. All right. Welcome to Rocky's Reality. Okay, so it's October 2nd. And so this joke I heard, they said, make sure you tend to your business. Did you see this? Joe going around talking about it's October 2nd. It's 10-2, so make sure you tend to your business. So yeah, let's tend to the business that pays us. So welcome to the show, everyone. We are back. So tonight I am welcoming one of my fellow D-boys who has been doing a damn thing. Right quick, let me tag him. So Sulaiman, I'm about to tag you in the video so you can share it on your page. But I want to welcome to the show a Detroiter who's been doing a damn thing pretty much internationally, breaking barriers, who is exemplifying what it means for representation matters and to have something for us by us. So shout out to Sulaiman Mausi is an author. He's the author, so let's put that out there. He has a book with his wife, his lovely wife, Leslie Mausi. It's The Power of Us, How to Win in Marriage. Listen, you got to win as a team. You got to work as a team. But also, he is the senior VP of the Black Promoters Collective. Okay, and if y'all don't know, y'all better know. The BPC is made up of 6 of the country's leading independent concert promoters and event production companies. And they are fully Black owned, 100% Black owned. So welcome to the show, Sulaiman Mausi.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Thank you for taking the time, Sulaiman. I really, am I pronouncing it right?
Sulaiman, yes.
Okay.
To share. Let me see here.
Okay, so if you open up,
I got it. I think I got
okay, you got it. Okay, all right. So welcome to the show, and I just want to give you your flowers, Sulaiman, for what you've been doing, not just in the D, but just across the nation and really globally as well. I just really want to give you a shout out and give you your flowers. And with you being a D boy and an HBCU grad, my daughter just graduated from Spelman back in May, so.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I see all the little banter on your page with you and the Aggies fans because you were North Carolina Central.
That's right.
That is so hilarious. And then I know you're one of the bros as well. My sister is an AKA, so I know we know a lot of the same people in person in common. So it's glad to connect with you. So shout out to everyone who's watching. I just appreciate you for being good people. Good people. Y'all just have always been good people. So shout out to you and your mom. She's just such a benevolent spirit. So, and thank you for all that you all have done for the city.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for having me on. Proud of to be from Detroit, born and raised. Don't live there all the time now, but I'm in and out. And the game I got comes off of 12th Street.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay, come on, Number Street.
Real Detroit, the city.
Okay. So you grew up not too far from Southwest then, because the Number Street is over in that, like in the Warren 94 area.
Further down. I'm in the Boston Edison district, so it comes down. You know how the D is? It's pockets. You know what I'm saying? So I was a 12th and Longfellow, 12th Chicago, Calvert.
I got
you. Between Claremont and Chicago. So
okay, got you.
My father lived in Paul Robeson's on Canfield.
All right, a little east side.
All over the city, you know what I mean? Yeah, all over the city. But I'm from the D, graduate of St. Martin de Porres High School.
Okay.
That's 1991. Getting old. It goes by so fast. It's unbelievable.
Listen. Wait a minute, so
Mhm.
you might have did you go there with my cousin Lawrence Robinson? I think he went to
We
DePort.
graduated together. Low ride.
Oh, his big head ass. Man, shout out to my cousin Lawrence Robinson, Low Rod.
Low ride.
No. Okay,
Yeah, we
okay.
held tight, in high school, so
I
good,
love it.
good
So
dude,
it's
hilarious. So far, I've been looking at him cracking up online, like
he a mess. He
still the
is a mess.
same. You know what I'm saying? Consistency. I like that. You know what I
I
mean?
love it. I love it. It's always some foolery with him. Consistent and
Uh-huh.
nothing else. I ain't mad at it though. That's my cousin, though, and I love him. He be on there talking mad trash, but it's
Mhm.
all so
Absolutely.
Raymond, tell us how you got to this point because I think we're around the same age, or you a little older than me. So we're around the same generation. So it's good to
Yeah,
see you up. Tell us how you got to this point. Like, tell us, a snapshot of how you went away to North Carolina Central, which is in Durham. Is that
correct.
right?
Yep.
Okay. Tell us about that journey, how it led you to, and of course, you're part of what is your role with the Right Productions?
Co-owner and vice president.
Okay. So
Yeah.
give us a snapshot of how you got into concert promoting, which is now a respectable uh a
Business.
career. Back in the day
Yes.
when you was a promoter, people was like, "Is you a janky promoter?" But you ain't a janky promoter. You
No.
you are A1 with it, top tier. So tell us how you got to this point.
Okay. Cliff Notes version, short version is and it's actually in the book. Not to put, you can look at my name and get it on Amazon. I wish I had a hard copy on there, but when I graduated, didn't know exactly where I was going to go for college. I know where I wanted to go, but I was tripping. And long story short, like I said, it's all in the book. I was you know, drinking and driving in a basehead rental, driving down, flying down 12th Street. You know what I'm saying? And came across a long story short is I hit a tree across the street from my house.
Oh
And
shit.
I thought I was gonna die. I said, but don't tell my mama. So I just accepted my fate, laid across the couch. Well, woke up the next morning, thank God.
Wait a minute,
You
your
know,
mama ain't know you hit the tree?
not then. She wasn't home. You know what I
Okay.
mean? How she
Was
found
it her
out?
car that you crashed or what? It was your
No, no,
car?
no. I said for those Detroiters who know what a basehead rental is.
Oh.
Yes, I'll let y'all
Uh-oh.
Google that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Okay.
That's some D lingo. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. All right.
So a friend of mine had brought a car over. We'll say it like that, and he let me drive. And I shouldn't have been drinking nor driving, even though I did have a license. So she packed me up and moved me to Durham with my grandparents. Her father, Nathan Garrett Sr., and my grandmother, Wanda Garrett. He just passed away a few years ago. She's still alive. God bless her. And I got enrolled at North Carolina Central University. And they let me in. I was never a great student. Really was a 2.5 student all the way through school, including college, actually. But the reason I go so hard for my HBCU for North Carolina Central University is they let me in and they embraced me on that campus. I always say I learned two things: I learned how to learn and learn how to be a man,
Mm,
and that is why obviously the classroom skills, degree in history, learn um, I still use those, even though I'm not working in the field, but when it's reading contracts, writing, and things like that, a lot of those skills and the attention to details, I learned there. But
mm,
fast forward to your question, while I was there through a whole lot of trials and tribulations, which is also in the book, um, I started doing parties down here because I relocated back to the area. So I started doing parties. And when I graduated in 1997, my grandmother, Joyce Garrett, my mother's mother, who was back home in Detroit, was not doing well. And I really wasn't making a lot of money at the
mm.
time. So when I graduated, I just came back home. And I looked at doing, throwing parties back home. But, I don't know if some of y'all remember something, in my age, y'all remember, some do not, but Moby and Baby Ray had the party
Yes.
game on lock.
Yes. Mausi,
Um,
yeah, my husband knows him. Yes.
yes, my guy,
Yeah.
good brothers, hustlers gonna hustle. You know, one got Cuzzo, one got Yoshi's all over the place. They had
Yeah, yeah.
but as far as the party game, them Charles Hicks and all of them had the party game on lock. So I was trying to figure out, um, how do I maneuver my way in? And I kind of tripped across doing live shows. Even though I grew up a little bit with it with my mother. She was worked for the city under Coleman Young. At the Council of the Arts, I was behind scenes when she was doing plays and stuff like that, but I didn't really understand it. I was just a kid. Whether it be the African World Festival or things that she was doing. And then, we did the we again really condensed version. Just got into doing shows, bottom line. My first real job was at the Detroit Historical Museum. Oh, you found it. Thank you.
Yeah, this is
Looked
the
up there
book.
too. So you good. You know what I mean? I can done that.
Yeah, we're gonna get back into that. Then we gonna Joe, we'll come back to that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. So you doing the live shows. Were you making money though? Were you starting to make money?
um yes, and
Okay.
really
It's been a
how I
minute too,
really got to
sounds
break again.
like.
This is really the convinced version. If you guys again showing my age, if you guys remember the Detroit Music Festival
Uh-huh.
at
Yeah.
Comerica Park when
Mhm.
Cincinnati Jazz Festival was big, then
Yep.
they had the racial incident down there, so the Detroit Music Festival popped up.
Mhm.
It was two promoters, me and my mother started that. They brought in the talent stuff, but my primary responsibility was the transportation coordinator. So all the acts moving back and forth, where it was R. Kelly, I'm getting driving him on a golf cart and throwing stuff at him because he was so late, or whether it's Charlie Wilson and Frankie Beverly and Luther and this, that, other. Um, I was, that's how I got into it. But in those meetings, I learned how to do budgeting
Mm.
and learn what it costs to put how it worked and how to what it costs to put the TerraPlast on the ground. What the TerraPlast is on Comerica Park or any baseball field, you have to put TerraPlast out to protect the grass. So all
Hmm.
the way down to those details, learn how to do budgeting throughout those
Mhm.
few years. So I made a couple dollars. Some of the stuff I didn't even get paid for when you know what I mean. So it wasn't significant money, but it gave me it was a learning lesson. So
Mhm.
I got what was more powerful than money. It was the knowledge.
Mhm.
So that was 2001, 2002, then 2003, because we did the Houston Music Festival, which is absolute disaster. Never got paid to this
Oh,
day.
shit. Mm.
It's a whole nother story,
Mm.
um, but you know, along that, I did the vendor booths for the Movement Festival. So a lot of different things, but I was really, like I said, I didn't make money per se, but I gained a lot of knowledge.
Mhm.
So, and we were also booking the entertainment at MGM Casino,
Mm.
but we didn't, that wasn't at a temporary site. But again, I learned a lot. I was making like $250 a week on that. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
Nothing major. Even for then, that wasn't no money. Especially,
Right.
I was recently married and this other, but I wasn't bringing in no bread.
Right.
Extra
Ooh.
for that,
Ooh, shout out to
but
the wife for holding you down, baby. Them early
you know what
years.
I mean? Yeah, the early.
Early
That's why we still
years.
together. You know what I'm
You
saying? I
listen.
think I was making like 31,000 plus a little hustle there, this, that, other. You know what I mean? It was
But she
stinging.
saw
You know what I'm saying?
potential. She was like, "Listen, he working it out. He
You
working
know
it
what
out."
I'm saying? I'm gonna find some bread. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, so a lot of that, was more learning than it was financial gain.
Mhm.
But again, the real short version is once we got two things out of those two examples that got from making the $250 a week, booking the talent and setting up the sound systems and all that kind of stuff with MGM, we got a gaming license. So the right productions. So since we had a gaming license with there was so much stuff going on at Shane Park when it came up for bid. One of the reasons that we got it was because we had the gaming license, which means our
Mm.
books were clean. So our taxes
Mm.
were paid. We did stuff the right way, da da da. And that is how we got the Aretha when that came up
Mm.
for bid. It was now it's the Aretha, it was Shane Park at the time.
Right. Which has
And
been over 25 years now. Congratulations
yes,
to
that
that.
was 2004 because I
Y'all
quit
been
my
holding
job
it
at the
down.
museum since in 2003. And then the other key part is from being on time and make sure my drivers and stuff were on time for all those acts I talked about at the Detroit Music Festival in Houston, even though I didn't get paid, didn't really make a lot of money or whatever, nothing to speak of. I was able to call those same managers when I got the venue because they knew me from doing transportation.
Yes,
I was
connections
on
are
time
currency.
then and on time there, and boom, a lot of them are still around, still deal with them to this day.
I love that, and it's proof how connections are currency.
Yeah.
Like relationships, even when you don't have money per se, if you had the right connections, you can maybe find someone to sponsor who will, extend that grace or be like, look, I'm gonna work with you, I'm gonna collaborate with you. So let's talk about the Black Promoters Collective and how that came
Yeah, but
together.
before you go, before you move on, I always tell people it's not about the money.
Mhm.
It's about the plan and the knowledge, knowing what you're doing. And if you work the plan, write the plan, gotta bless the plan. So people always tell me, oh, just throw money at this, that, other.
Mm.
Money is, it might
Mm.
sound crazy, but it's really, yes, you need a couple dollars, but
But
not what you
yeah,
think.
but yeah,
But with the knowledge, you know how to do it, and you go from there. So sorry, I had to
exactly.
slide that in. So
No, I'm glad you did though, because that's why said connections are currency, and that's what I
yeah,
try to relate to my kids, and then the mentality that I try to work off of. Because yeah, of course we want to make some money, and you got to
yeah,
pay people for their services.
right.
But when you had a relationship with them, and they know that you have the know-how, that you come in with a certain work ethic too,
That's right.
that they know that if they're dealing with you, they're going to deal with somebody who's 100, who's knowledgeable, who's competent, who has
The rest is on
integrity,
the face. Yeah,
and who can be trusted, that goes a
yeah.
long way.
It goes everywhere. Because if you can't be trusted, you ain't got no integrity, you ain't gonna last. Simple as that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. 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 Absolutely, for sure. So, and that's definitely something that I've seen, with you, with the different acts that have come to the city. I'm like, yeah, he pulling it in here. So
Yeah.
let's talk about, Black Promoters Collective.
Yes.
That was born, another thing that was born from the pandemic. It's like the pandemic was horrible, but it was so many wonderful things that came from that.
Right.
So talk about what was the inception of that? Talk about how that came about.
Well, it's twofold. I give you again. I won't take up too much of your time because we got time constraints here. But I came up with the idea. Obviously, the country was shut down. Was to call other promoters, Black promoters that were in our, the credible ones that I knew, to help try to figure out how we can share information to get through the pandemic, because shows were on sale, we got the refund money, the money ain't there, this, that,
Mm,
all the things that come
yeah.
with that. And I figured that, Live Nation and the AG and the big boys, they figure out, but we need to exchange information.
Mhm.
Um, so that's how the early inceptions of BPC specific started. But I'll give you a little precursor to that. Three three of my current partners, really four of us, even before the pandemic, we came together, and because we knew we had to get into the touring space, because even I didn't know what I was doing, we had to get into the touring space because we put together Escape back together as a group, and we
Mhm.
sold out the Aretha for 2 days. This, that,
All 4 of them?
well, yeah, all four of them. That's when all four of them was
Okay,
together, and they came back,
okay.
and we did. Yeah, this they didn't even have a tax ID number, nothing. And we sold out 2 days. Everybody thought we were crazy, this, that, other, but we didn't have a clause in that contract, and that was the first right of refusal for a tour.
Mm.
They went on that. They went with somebody else, made millions and millions of dollars, other promoter,
Mhm.
and that didn't happen. So, but anyway, so as we got back, going back to the BPC, because I was able to call a few people who were involved then. They called everybody. Started off with like 20-some promoters, and we were having Wednesday calls at once a week. I think it was Wednesday, or something, one of those, one day a week. And people just started dropping off. They didn't want to stick with it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't like some way somebody talked to them. Da, 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 da. And then one of my partners, the current CEO, he was like, "Yo, we need to get into the touring space," because he was already in the touring space with the Millennium Tour. He had done plays and stuff before Gary. And we, said, "Okay, well, we're gonna get into touring." And then another partner, Janice, came up with the name with his Black Promoters and Black Promoters Collective, and boom, it stuck. And then Troy, designed it and the logo, and brought different expertise and different knowledge and skill set and relationships, and decided to pool our resources, and that is how the Promoters Collective started.
I love that. I love that. Listen, let's give a claps for that because they say how you all are dispelling the crabs in a barrel. Y'all dispelling it. Y'all
Yeah.
Xing that out. And obviously
It was
been
never true in the first place.
right.
But,
Listen, that's why I
we're the
believe
ones that repeat it within our community, defeating ourselves before we even getting
exactly.
started. It's ridiculous. You know what I
I
mean?
believe that as well.
You know
Because
what
I
I
believe,
mean?
if it doesn't work with somebody, that's not the right person to
Yeah.
connect with. You always can find that one who you align with.
There's always been Black folks working together. There's a group of Black folks that own a group of McDonald's, and there's a
Yeah.
National Black Caucus, and this, that, other. But some people, they don't have vision, and they don't have real knowledge, and there's power in the tongue. And if you sit up talking about Black folks can't work together, no, that's you as a Black person that can't work with somebody else.
Tell them.
You know what I'm saying? That is
Okay,
you. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? That is not all of us. So
Yeah,
there it is.
absolutely. And it's about the mentality because I believe we have everything we have within our community. Whenever someone asks me about a referral or a recommendation, I have a list of people I can tag
Right.
and refer. And you all have proven that it works
Mhm.
because y'all about to clear $100 million. So congrats on that in revenue.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So
it.
y'all, and I love how y'all are not just at here in Detroit. You're not just at the Aretha. I've seen promotion for Little Caesars Arena, Masonic Temple. Like, is it like a I guess I want to ask, do some of the venues, do you all have like, is there like a connection there? It's like y'all promoting each other. Like, how does that work? Is there like a network of venues
Well,
together, or how does that go?
yeah, I mean, again, using Brandy and Monica, that's our tour nationally. So now we're up to about 30 dates. So again, we pulled our resources, got our finances together, made an offer, they accepted it. But that means we're doing 30 cities, 24, 25, 30, whatever it ends up being. We're doing them all at once, put them all up on sale, all at the same time. So you call the venues, get availability, you route the tours, you get the sound, you get the insurance, you get all of those things that come together to pull a tour off. So yes, we're Little Caesars, but we'll go, and I don't have the routing right in front of me, but the tour starts in Cincinnati, then we're going to Milwaukee, then we're going up to Chicago, then you route it so that your production costs stay in line. You can't go from Detroit to California to try to do a show back up to New York.
Right.
Your travel costs and things that kill you. You never make any money. So you route everything and get it tight. And that's how the industry really is. It's hard to get one-off shows anymore. Artists, because it affects the artist costs. So,
right.
Used to, even pre-pandemic or whatever, when I noticed the market starting to change, while we got together in the first place, let's call it Jill Scott. They used to be able to call Jill Scott or whoever, and get one date, this, that, other. But now Jill Scott per se, she wants to do 3 dates or 4 dates because that helps her with her cost on her end. Using her as an example, as just a placeholder. Like I said, it doesn't really matter to artists. So as the industry changes, we have to change with it and know what's going on and stay connected in the industry. But our business is just like any other. You have to stay on the cutting edge of technology. You have to find out what's next, figure out a way to be nimble, have realistic profit margins, pay your bills on time, and all the things that come along with it.
I love that. So, okay, you talked about the business side, but how do you all, as 6 people, so say like I'm an aspiring entrepreneur and I want to build my own collective for my business with someone. What is your advice for someone who wants to build a collective or be part of a collective? Because 6 people is 6 different minds, which is definitely great.
It ain't always easy,
That's what I want to ask you. I know you all have your different strengths and you all complement each other in different ways. Like one person doesn't have something, the other person feels it. So yeah, let's talk a little bit about that, how you all have overcome those possible challenges.
Well, let's use Rocky's reality. If podcasting if this your passion, what you want to make money at, this, that, other, I'm pretty sure that you know, let's call it 5 different ways to make money off of it. What I would say do is, if you want to form a collective, is, let's say you have 10,000 followers or 5,000 or 50,000, the number doesn't matter. Find someone else within the same level or the same interest, etc. So if you got 10,000, 5 other people got 10,000, now you're at 50,000. Now you can
Mm,
possibly monetize it. You just exchange information how to do that, and maybe come together on one podcast or this, but you have to learn the business side of what it is that you're doing, and get
mm,
other people who want to learn the business and are willing to share, because you
mhm,
know your 50,000 can grow to 5 million a lot quicker than one
mhm.
person at five, at the 10,000 getting up to, it's simple math.
Yeah,
So however you design, and make sure that, you may be more passionate about being in front of the camera. Somebody else might be more passionate about writing the questions or scheduling
right.
interviews or this, that,
Yeah.
other, or you got to rotate. But you have to put your ego aside, be,
Mm.
be prepared to disagree, be prepared to cut somebody out and be able to let it go and keep it pushing.
Right,
You know,
'cause y'all family. We like family.
yeah, exactly. Focus on the greater good, and start scaling your business
Mm,
and run it as such. That's it. It's not easy, but that is how we came together, and that's how businesses come together. You have to run it as a business, and learn the business aspect of it. And if somebody's on it just to get some free clothes or some perks or just that other, then they may not be the right partner. You know what I'm saying? But
mhm,
if you have a company, your goal is, using you as a placeholder, is to get to 1 million subscribers or 500,000 or whatever, because that's when the monetization flows through.
mhm.
And you get the YouTube followers or this, that, other. So okay, we're gonna bust this down 5 ways, but everybody has the same goals and meeting on it, this, that, other. Then you have to get to 5x, and you can get there faster together.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, ooh, I wish we did have more time because 'cause you're dropping so much knowledge, and I really appreciate it, Sulaiman.
Yeah, no problem.
And again, just kudos to you for sharing that, but I wanna shift a little bit and talk about your book with
Okay.
your wife, The Power of Us: How to Win in Marriage and Business. So,
Mhm.
yeah, let's bring that up again. It's available now on Amazon, of course, and beautiful picture. So y'all been married. So I admire you and your wife because my husband and I have been married 23 years. So we understand we're a little long in the tooth with
Yeah,
this marriage game.
exactly.
So and the book is a couple years old, but it's still the knowledge in it is evergreen. So
Mhm.
talk a little bit about that and how that came together. What made you and Leslie decide like, hey, we gonna put them up on game. We gonna share a piece of the
Well,
game.
again, it was birthed out of the pandemic. It's something we had talked about for a few years. She had written a book before with some other people. I forgot what you do when you do that. But she had dabbled in it
Oh, like an
before.
anthology?
Anthology, that's
Yeah,
the what it
yeah,
is. So
uh-huh.
thank you very much. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
But we felt we had some information to share, privately and publicly. And during the pandemic, in transparency, what we did was, when the world was shut down, it's like, okay, let's take this opportunity um, to do some things. So BPC was born then. The book was born. She started a fishing team. Ebony Angers was born out of that, and a transportation company. But to the book in particular, there was some things that um, we felt it was time to do. Once the government funding came in, you could hire. You were able to get government funds to pay staff. So
mhm.
to put you up on game, we hired a ghostwriter,
Mm,
um,
okay,
and
yeah.
used those money because it was on payroll, so it was legitimate.
Mhm,
And we took the opportunity to write our book, and we put it out. You talked about how we got through infidelity on my end, a child on my end. I have 3 sons, not two. Um, and talk about not just and we still stay together and together to this day. but we've been through bankruptcy, but we've also traveled many places around the world. Uh,
Mhm.
Losing her parents and things like that. So it was just a lot that you
Mhm.
know, um, people want to find out something. You can just hear from us and figure out the game.
Listen, for better and for worse, it's for real. People don't understand.
Head
It
up, chest out. She's real as hell. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
You
Your
know
marriage
what
makes
I'm
you wimp.
saying? People go
Like,
people
for
go
real.
through different things, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
And,
You go through unimaginable,
we
for
just
real.
decided to tell our story and to share our wisdom. So that's something we need to pick back up. My wife had she's the reason we kind of slowed down on it is because my wife had her second brain surgery. You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? So it's you go
that's real.
through, you know what I'm
For better and
saying?
for
And
worse,
you
sickness and in health.
yeah, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And so that is how the book was born. And roll from there. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no secrets. It's out there. You know what I'm
Man, I
saying?
love
You can go through it and go from there. So pick it up on Amazon again. You can Google me on it. You know what I'm saying? Pick it up. I should have it
I
on
admire you for sharing that because my husband and I have discussed our issues with infidelity as well, and with bankruptcy. He had a stroke at
Mhm.
40. Like it's when you married, you don't know what the for better or the for worse is gonna be until you
Right.
get in it.
Yeah.
But it's so many beautiful moments too, and you have to decide, are we gonna throw
Yeah.
it away because
Exactly.
of some mistakes or bad decisions, or are we
Yeah.
gonna work on it? And
Yeah.
then God really tests you. It's really a test for the testimony to say, hey, do you took your vows? Are you serious about
Yeah.
it?
And it's is are you gonna live in shame and try to hide stuff and this, that, I ain't hiding shit.
No, no,
Because
no.
you know what I'm saying? It's what hey. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And your our story helps others. I
Exactly.
don't know how many people have told me, and I'm sure others have judged. It is what it is, shit.
Mhm.
But I love the people who every time inbox me like, "Thank you for saying that.
Mhm.
Thank you for putting that out there. You've inspired me." So I really, mad respect to both of y'all. And if y'all need a copy editor for the next volume, let me know.
Say less.
Reach out. Like I said, I'm a multimedia journalist. So,
Mhm.
but yes, I want to end with 5 favorites, and I want to thank you for your time, Sulaiman. Thank you.
You're welcome. Mhm.
I'm glad we were able to make this happen. I look forward to seeing you next time. You in the D. Who you got on your? Who's the jersey? Go Lions. Is that a J?
This is
Who you
Hutchinson
got?
here, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's my
Hutch.
boy, my fellow
Mhm.
Wolverine. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm glad he better, and I hope he stay healthy. I
I
hope
know
he
that's right. Mhm.
listen, Lions, please, please.
Mhm. Like, but
Y'all say it.
yeah, but a Hutch story. My youngest son. I'm talking about me, him, and Leslie were walking through the airport, and Hutch stopped him, and that thing went viral all over the world. Still get hits on that. It's crazy.
I love it. I love
Mhm.
that. I love that. So I'm gonna end with 5 favorites. And so
Okay.
again, I appreciate you for coming on, and I look forward to connecting with you again in person. Next time I see you, because usually when you down at I still call it Shane Park. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
me too. It's okay.
I mean, listen, it's still gonna be the city county building. It's still gonna be Cobo Hall to me. I mean, been here all my life, but
Mhm.
next time I see you rushing around at Shane Park, I'll stop you and say, hey. But I want to end with 5 favorites.
Okay.
So let's start off with your favorite food.
Ooh, that's a good one. My favorite food would probably be um I'll keep it simple, hibachi. You know what I'm saying? I like a stir fry. That's the word I'm looking for. You know
Mhm.
what I'm
With the
saying?
garlic
Stir
butter,
fry.
with the garlic butter,
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
garlic butter.
we can
Yeah,
roll that. Yeah,
the extra garlic butter, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Favorite travel destination?
I love Jamaica. I
Mm,
can eat
yeah,
jerk
man.
chicken every day, and then every
Damn,
couple
the
years
beach,
it's time to go back. You know what I mean?
baby. Them vendors on the
Mhm,
beach be putting it down. Mm.
mhm.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. What, has been your favorite venue for concerts? Besides the Aretha?
I was just about to say that.
I was because we know off that water, can't nothing beat that, but besides that, because 'cause you've been all over.
My favorite venue. There's so many beautiful places. I'm gonna go to my second hometown is the DPAC in Durham. It's been really good to my family.
Mm,
It's a new build. It was built right. It's easy to get in as far as production and everything. And yeah, so I go to the
okay,
Durham Performing Arts Center in Durham. So
okay. Alright. Which has been, and I know this is gonna be kinda hard to, one of your favorite artists to work with?
hmm, man, One of my favorite artists to work with. I will go with I'm gonna say Nas.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Nas. One, my youngest son is named after him, and I told him
Okay.
it's also in the book. I told him actually before I told my wife about him. You know what I'm saying? But true story. But no, I
Listen.
always liked him because every stage of my life and my career, one way or the other, I'll be able to call him, get him on the show. Like one of my first big concerts, I did a Nas and Rock Bottom concert
Ooh.
at the State Theater some years.
Ooh.
That was before the Aretha.
Before it was the Fillmore, okay?
Before we're right, State Theater. So
Right.
there, when bought my festival down here in Durham, he was there. Bought, come to what you call the Aretha Shane Park, whatever you want to call it. But each one of those pivotal steps throughout my career, Nas has um, been instrumental and said yes.
I love it. And he's your fellow Virgo too. So that's dope.
He was born one day after me, September
I
14th,
love
September
I
13th.
love it. I love
Mhm.
it. I love it. Okay, so this is not a favorite, but like a bucket list. You've worked with hundreds of artists. Who's left that you want to work with?
I'm gonna give you two. Um, Jay-Z.
Ooh, yeah.
He's the greatest of all time to me. And Metallica.
Oh, listen. The youngest need to Google that one. If you know, you know.
Mhm. I wanna do
I
some
love
Metallica.
it. Wait a minute.
And I also want to
Hold
Hall and Notes, but they beefing right now. It's like,
on. Okay.
what
They
the
ain't,
Hall
you
and
know
Notes?
what? And I don't think they gon' because he said he don't it's not probably gonna happen. I saw a recent interview. I think Oates was like, nah, he ain't is
Yeah,
Oates the one with the dark hair?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, he don't think it's gonna happen. So, but that would be a
Stranger
good
things have happened. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, we gonna put that out there in the universe though, because they
mhm,
definitely the pioneers, some of the pioneers. Damn, if you know, you know. Don't have
and
me
Sade
like
too, but those three in particular.
Sade
Yeah,
Sade. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. That would be wonderful. I just
absolutely.
would love to see her, period. Bring out some new
Mhm.
music, Sade. So
Yeah.
yeah, I enjoyed you, Sulaiman. Where can people find you? Where can they find the Black Promoters Collective so we can make sure we run up them ticket sales?
You can go to blackpromoterscollective.com or just search us on all platforms, Black Promoters Collective. So please add, like, and share. And also on all formats, you can go to Sulaiman Mausi on Facebook, Instagram. Um, I'm not on Twitter much ever, or whatever, X,
Mhm.
whatever you call it. And
Yeah.
I still got to work on TikTok.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know how
love
people spend so much time on social media, and I don't
listen, I
still make
can't
money. I ain't got
yeah,
time. You know what I'm
with you
saying?
because TikTok, I
But
could
it's
yeah,
the business I'm in. I have to do better at the same
yeah,
time. So
yeah, yeah. But and I'm glad you pronounced the last name Mausi. Is that
my
okay?
yep.
Thank you for pronouncing it for me. Okay,
Yeah,
getting it
no
right. So
problem at
I
all.
enjoyed you, and hopefully this is goodbye. See you later, not goodbye. Hope to connect with you sometime in the future. And I really appreciate your time and best wishes to I'm excited to see more of what Black Promoters Collective does in the future.
Just getting started. We got some major announcements coming down the pipeline. So be looking out for it. Follow socials, and we'll make it do what it do.
Yeah, and feel free if y'all wanna reach out, let me know because I do contribute to some other platforms. Oh, and congrats on the Billboard 2025 R&B hip hop players list.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, you're honorary on that. I actually, contribute to Billboard. I was compiling some of the blurbs for that. So when I saw your name, I was like,
Thank
"Okay,
you
yeah,
very much. Appreciate that. Appreciate it.
yeah, love that, love that."
Exciting times, man. God is good. So,
Listen, he get like they
mhm,
say, we get the humans give the awards, but God give the rewards, okay? I think it
right.
was Giselle or somebody who said that. So, but
Mhm.
yeah, but much love to you and take
No
care.
problem.
Have a
Thank you
good
for
night.
thinking of me, and
Absolutely.
we'll go from there. Yeah.
It's been in the brain for a while. I'm like, I gotta get with him. I gotta get with him.
Yep.
So, you out here laying the blueprint. So I appreciate that.
Hey, no problem. No problem at all. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you.
All right, y'all. So, thank y'all for being patient with us. We're gonna move into our next guest, taking a little break. So, give us about 2 minutes, and we will be back live with our next guest, Deep Donald Page. Donald Deep Page, Grammy Award winner, singer and songwriter. So thank you for watching, and we will be back soon.